Hello everyone, this is Pooja Davar here again with the explanation of the poem The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. The poem Road Not Taken is a strong message giving poem. The message given in the poem is for the youth about being sensible and wise while making choices at the early years of life, as the choices of initial years only impact the consequences in the later years of life. Robert Frost was an American poet and winner of 4 Pulitzer Prizes. Famous works include Fire and Ice, Mending Wall, Birches, Out Out, Nothing Gold Can Stay, and Home Burial. His 1916 poem, The Road Not Taken, is often read at graduation ceremonies across the United States. As a special guest at President John F. Kennedy's inauguration, Frost became a poetic force and the unofficial poet laureate of the United States. The poem is symbolic and has dual meaning. It's about making choices in life. Whenever we have to choose out of 2 options, we go for all pros and cons for both the choices. After giving a lot of sincere thinking to it, we decide to go for one and ignore the other one. The most important part of making choices is that they create an illusion. The one that can present an appealing look and seems to be inviting cannot be so appealing after a while. The symbolic meaning is some things in life look attractive, but after some time the drawbacks are highlighted, and maybe that time you find yourself not able to go back and not feel like moving ahead as well. So it is very important to keep the insight clear and judge the way thoroughly. The poet says it happens always and with everyone that after deciding to go for the more preferable one can think later sometime in his life that if he had gone for the other one, it could have made a difference. Things could have been some other way. After effects could be different. Definitely it could be, but the difference your choice has brought is also important, and after all you gave it proper and adequate thinking. So what the poet wants to deliver is to be sensible and fair enough in making choices and thoughtful enough about the repercussions so that you are content with your decision and not feel like repenting. This way, the poem actually is a lesson giving one and worth implementing. The first paragraph. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. The poet says that he is standing at the point in a yellow wood. Now, yellow wood means forest full of trees with yellow leaves, and he is facing 2 roads, forking in 2 different directions. He is feeling sorry for not being able to have the experience of traveling both, as at a time he can go for one only. He spends a lot of time thinking there which road to take, which road to go, and he is trying to judge one first by watching it till the very end his sight can go. By watching it carefully, he is trying to judge it, what experiences he can face if he moves on it, till the very end of the dense growth of trees and plants. Where the road takes a turn, he is trying to look and reach any conclusion. Now, the symbolic meaning of this paragraph is that sometimes it happens that we have 2 choices, we have 2 options, and both are just opposite to each another, and we have to choose one, and we find it difficult because we feel both worth choosing. We give it a lot of time, we think about it day and night. If our inclination is bit more towards one, we give more time thinking about all the possibilities that may come across. Till the end of our vision, we try to guess what we may face in case we go for that choice. The second paragraph, then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. After giving a lot of consideration to his choice, the poet chooses the second one. That too was looking as appealing as the first one. Rather, he feels it is more inevitable, and inevitable means unavoidable, and the poet feels so because it is more grassy and looking beautiful, and it seems as if not many people have gone that way, so it is like inviting the poet to adopt it. Though after moving a bit on that chosen road, the poet finds it too is same as the second one, means it too is coarse and rough like the other one. Only it looked attractive in the starting, but later it also is tough moving on that road. Now the symbolic meaning of this paragraph. After long consideration and thinking for all the bright and dark sides of our decision, we choose an option that seems as beneficial as the other one. Rather, we find it comparatively better, and we do so because it presents all the easygoing and comfortable opportunities before us. It provides such scene, such beautiful picture that we feel like fascinated towards it. Though after moving a little bit, after going a bit for that choice, we feel that it also has its own difficulties, its own challenges, its own drawbacks actually. Actually, nothing is perfect. Same way, the choice we make also proves us wrong sometimes, as we choose it thinking profitable throughout, but it also has hardships on its ways. Now, the third paragraph. And both that morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. The poet says both the roads were spread the same way in front of him that morning, and that time both were not walked upon by anyone. Both had green leaves. No steps had trodden black means leaves were not turned black because of being stepped over. And he chose the second one and left the first one to be tried some other day. He thought some other day, if he got the chance, he would go that way. Now he says that he had judged the second way as much as he could. Still, when he was thinking to come to the first one some other time, he thought whether he would get this chance or not. Means after moving on the second one, will it be possible for him to leave it midway and come back? Because the time he will spend in coming back, in that time only he could reach his destination, covering the rest half that was left. So poet is still a bit confused about his choice. Now the symbolic meaning of this paragraph. When it comes to make choice and two options lay in front of us almost similar and appealing the same way, sometimes it comes to our mind that okay, we give a trial to this one, and later if we don't succeed in this, we will give the another one a try. But it's not possible. Later it is not possible, as after moving for any choice in any particular direction, we get involved in many things related to that only. We invest our energy, our time, our potential so much for that choice, and after that if we think at the midway to go back and try the other one from the starting, it is very difficult practically. Rather, it sounds stupid. That's why choices have to be made very wisely. This thing you students can understand by a very simple and appropriate example of yourselves only. When after 10th it comes to choose any stream out of commerce, humanities or science, it very commonly happens that students go for science stream, and after studying, or you can say after not studying so seriously for the subject for 2-3 months, in the month of July, when the result comes for their PA1 or first term, whichsoever pattern is followed, they come up with depression for their decision to choose science stream and want to go for either commerce or humanities then. Now you can better imagine how difficult it is to go back to some other stream from the very starting after going for another. The fourth paragraph, I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Now the poet says that maybe someday in future he will think and recollect the memories of his past and will try to judge his decision. He will think that two roads forked in front of him, allowing him to have a free choice, and he chose one that was not travelled by many, thinking that it would provide him peaceful travelling experience, and he really will feel satisfied that he made a sensible choice, and his choice really made the difference. Whatever he experienced was his own choice, was the result of his own efforts and decision. He will be satisfied with his decision in the later years of his life. Now, symbolic meaning of this paragraph is the poet wants to convey that it happens with everybody, that in the later years of our life we sometime look back and try to evaluate our deeds, our decisions, whether we chose correct or not. And if we had chosen the way that was different, that was unique, that was not the one adopted by many, then actually we feel proud, because it shows our adventurous attitude to face the tough, to face all the challenges, and after all the rough and tough ups and downs, whatever our achievements are, whatever achievements we have made, that really is worth the credit, because we only chose and took the responsibility of all the differences coming that way. Now let's discuss the literary devices in the poem. In first paragraph, first of all, we have symbolism, that is the base of the poem. Two roads are symbolic to two choices in life. So we have symbolism here. Then we have anaphora. Anaphora is a literary device in which a word or a group of words is repeated at the beginning of two or more successive clauses or sentences. As you can see, word and is used in 3 lines in first paragraph, that is in second line, third line and fourth line we have and in the starting. So we have anaphora here, and then the rhyming scheme is same for all the 4 paragraphs in the poem, that is A B A A B. In first paragraph you can see would, stood and could are rhyming, and both and undergrowth are rhyming. Then in second paragraph we have alliteration. Now alliteration is having the same first consonant sound close together in a series. As you can see in third line we have wanted where, the repetition of W sound W. Then in fourth line we have though, that, the, there. So the repetition of the, th, th, th and th. Again 4 times we have the repetition of the. So this is alliteration, and then the rhyming scheme is the same. Fair, where and there are rhyming, and claim and same are rhyming. Then in third paragraph again we have alliteration for first for. Sound for is repeated for first and for, and then the rhyming scheme is the same. Lay, day and way are rhyming, and black and back are rhyming. Then in fourth paragraph we have repetition. Word ages is repeated 2 times, and then first line of the poem, that is two roads diverged in a wood, it is repeated again in fourth paragraph as the third line. So we have repetition here, and then again the rhyming scheme, that is sigh, I and by are rhyming, and hence and difference are rhyming. So with this we come to an end of this very beautiful poem. I wish from all of you to take this poem not only as a part of your syllabus but also as a sincere advice by the poet Robert Frost. Like, comment and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.